Hi guys, welcome to episode 7 of Chaos in Charm with Trinika and Naledi. Today we'll be talking about unemployment and how it affects the youth.
Let's talk about how unemployment actually affects the youth.
Yeah.
So, you out of high school, you're looking for a job.
Hmm.
They want experience. How are we going to gain experience if we are not even given a chance?
Yes.
I remember back in high school, my business teacher mentioned something like companies are supposed to provide training. But I think the people who do the training are supposed to get paid.
Yeah.
So in order to cut costs, they look for people with experience. So that same person that has 30 years experience today had zero experience.
One day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how are we gonna grow? How are we gonna actually provide a life for ourselves in this economy if we are not given a chance?
Exactly.
Just because you have experience does not mean that you do a better job than me.
Exactly.
I could actually do a good job if I'm given a chance to.
And you see the thing with the youth, right? We might not have experience, obviously, because no one's giving us a chance to. But once we put our mind to it, we can pick up a skill in less than a week.
Exactly.
If you're teaching us something really difficult and for us to get into the groove of things, we pick it up just like that.
You know, I also feel like it's easier to work with someone who doesn't have experience because you can
You
mold them
Yes.
into the employee
Yes.
that you want.
Yes.
That would actually fit with the company's, what's the thing called again? The company's mission and all those things.
Vision and
Vision and,
yeah. That is true. That is true. And you see the thing with what is this? Unemployment. Like even when you're in high school, I don't know if you noticed overseas, right? The kids there have part-time jobs.
Right.
So they have
during
jobs
summer breaks,
during summer breaks, on weekends, wherever, at fast food restaurants, at animal store, at a pet store, whatever it is. But here in South Africa, a job in a fast food restaurant, you're sitting with people that are 30, 40 years old at the same position, where those positions are supposed to be taken up by younger kids, right?
So you can help them build their resume for the future.
Those are simple jobs. But here, because of the unemployment rate and it being so high, there's no jobs for younger people. There's barely even jobs for people.
No, there isn't.
For older people to make ends meet. That's why they sit in that position for years.
For years on end. And nowadays, like especially after the whole COVID thing, they introduced working from home.
Yes.
So now how are people
remote
working? Now how are the youth gonna actually get to work? Get a job at an office or wherever you want to work, because now people are at home doing the job.
That's true. And they'd rather invest in someone that has more experience. 30 years of experience or 40 years of experience, and pile them up with stacks of work so that they don't have to pay 3 people to do the same job.
Which doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
They overloading the person first,
right.
Then they underpaying them, and they still expect them to do it within that certain amount of time, not because they have experience.
So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't really. It adds a whole lot of pressure on the person.
It does.
Where they could have had 2 people doing the job.
Exactly. Half the time. Exactly.
But the problem is pay.
They don't want to pay.
They don't want to pay
workers what they deserve to get paid.
No, they don't.
They want to underpay you and overwork you. Even with this whole thing about internships.
Right.
Internships, you think, you know what, I'm going to get mentored into learning a specific type of skill. Someone's going to help me every day. I'm going to learn something. No. On the first day you come, they teach you everything. And then the rest of the days, you're going to obviously know what to do. You're going to follow the same thing. Whatever you need, you either learn it along the way or you figure it out on your own. You're doing the same job as someone else, yet someone else is getting a full salary and you're not even getting a fraction of that salary. Then they tell you, interns, the one that puts themselves out there, that helps, goes above and beyond, is going to be chosen for the next junior position. You apply for that junior position, you get shortlisted, they take someone with 30 years of experience. Why?
Why?
Because you not qualify or you don't have enough experience.
They
That
don't,
person is more qualified
they
than
don't
you.
look at the fact that they can actually mold you into that
Exactly.
employee.
Exactly. There is not much opportunity
There isn't.
out there.
There isn't.
And even if you get an opportunity, you're unhappy. You're told to stick in that job because that's giving you the experience you need.
Right. Because if you leave that, it might take you 5-6 years to get another job.
Exactly.
I know of people who actually graduated and they'd be like, I graduated 6 years ago. I can't even get a position.
Say you graduated for engineering. There's no jobs in engineering. You can't even get a job in insurance
No,
because
you
of how
can't.
difficult things are. And who wants to go into a call center?
Call
You
center
sit in-
is difficult.
You sit in, yes.
I worked at a call center,
Yeah.
and so we have to make calls, right?
Mm.
If we don't reach a certain target, we don't get paid. It's not my fault people don't want experience. I mean, it's not my fault people don't want insurance.
Yeah.
Because so many people already
Yeah.
have insurance. They don't pay you for the fact that, you showed up. At least you pushed.
At least you made the phone calls. If people are not wanting your services, how is that
How
your
am I
fault?
to be blamed and not get paid for that?
And a lot of people like, I'm guilty. I
Right?
don't answer the insurance.
Exactly. Before I just got the call and be like, oh no, thank you.
Yeah.
But once I actually started working
Then
there, I
I
realized that I
feel-
felt it
yeah.
like, oh no.
It is difficult, but then again, because of the unemployment rate being so low, why is insurance only me? Because I don't have a job. Why are they asking for life insurance? I don't have.
No,
Why am I
it is-
gonna pull out to pay for life insurance?
they're desperate.
You see, that's the
it's a
thing.
point of now desperation where
Yeah,
you push through to do anything just so you can put a plate of food on the
Mm.
table.
and obviously you also want that person because
Right.
I've been in sales. I know how difficult it is.
I know.
But
it's
if you
really
can't
difficult.
help, especially in insurance, if you're not gonna take out a policy, that person that's calling you is not gonna make a sale.
Nothing. So that's what I'm saying.
So
Sometimes
I'm
it's
just
not-
wasting my time and their time.
And then it's difficult, especially commission-based work. It's
Yeah.
very difficult.
Your commission base is the worst.
Commission-based is the worst.
Like it is an opportunity. That's why last year I was sitting at home and I did nothing. So I
Right.
took an opportunity to obviously go for a sales
Mm.
job, and it was commission based. But why is it difficult? I'm a very soft spoken person, so to put myself out there and to approach people was out of my comfort zone. But I
Right.
did it
But you did it.
because I wanted experience. I wanted a change, right? But you're getting rejected by so many people.
When I was still at the call center, I had people make about 6 or 7 sales a day, and I'm sitting on 0.
Yeah,
And I asked myself, how is that possible? Who are they contacting?
exactly.
And that actually it demotivates you.
It
It makes you
does.
feel like maybe I'm not good enough.
The workplace starts comparing when they say like, someone got 10 sales, how did you get 0 sales? Then they tell you, go evaluate yourself. Change the way you approach people, change the way you're speaking to your clients, offer them, speak to them in a nice tone, offer them certain benefits of the insurance, for example.
You must see, with that being said, it's the company that gives you the leads.
Yeah.
The company gives you the leads.
You're
And
following it.
you're following it. So I can't give a benefit that's not part of the insurance policy.
Now, when I was working, right, I was wondering how do people get over 11, 12, 15, sign-ups
Right.
a day. And I actually, I was just promoting it to whoever is walking by.
Mm.
And I came across this one person. They're like, no, I already have the application. This other girl promoted it, came to me and told me that at the end of the month, I'm going to get food vouchers from this application. I think to myself, there's no such thing as food vouchers, right? No, this girl says, no, we're going to get food vouchers. And the other guy told me to download the application and then he's going to buy me food. And then there's this other girl that also told me to download the application and she's going to give me 10 rand. That's how they're getting people to download it.
Smart.
I'm trying to do it the honest way. I'm promoting the app for what it is. I'm explaining to people exactly what the benefits of the app are. You're giving people false promises and saying you're going to get a voucher at the end of the month if you use the app for so many amount of hours. And then there's no voucher at the end of
And
the month.
that's the whole thing that contributes to a scam. How are
Exactly.
people going to actually
That's
trust?
why people are saying it's a scam. And I didn't understand because I was still new to the thing.
Right.
I didn't understand why they said it's a scam. So I'm like, no, there's no scam involved. I'm not using your banking details. We don't even have to put in your email address. All we want is your phone number. No, it's a scam. And then I put two and two together, what these people are actually saying about the application to getting people to download
You
it.
see how hard it is with unemployment. We resort to lies also.
Lies.
Just to get something at the end of the month.
Exactly. Because there was benefits of obviously coming up in the
Right.
top and whatever, there was benefits to it. It's crazy.
It's
what?
really crazy.
And I'm a person, I'm very honest.
Right.
I will never lie to you.
Right.
I can't. I just can't lie to someone. Even if it means me doing better. I can't do that. Imagine promising someone something and they're not giving it.
Imagine this person doesn't have food at home and
And
they're
they will-
relying on
that's what
the
I'm
food
saying.
voucher.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
Imagine.
come.
That's not nice.
No, that's
at
not
all.
nice.
Imagine they never had a takeout in such a long time and they're waiting for this voucher because you said they're gonna get it. And they use their last data to download your app that is not gonna benefit them in any way.
Anyway.
Because you didn't even explain to them
Right.
the good uses of this app. You just getting sales.
But there's a lot happening.
Mm.
And honestly, we feel like that's why some people resort to things they don't want to do. Because in most homes, you are actually looked down upon if you don't have a job.
Yeah.
And people don't understand all the stress that comes with that. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So we just hope that it gets easier over time. We just
And-
hope that there's
yeah.
more job opportunities.
I don't think so. And you know when the unemployment rate is
Right.
high, the crime rate is high.
The crime rate is high. That's one of the contributions to it as well.
And you can't blame people for also stealing because yes, you apply for grant. What is the 350?
It doesn't help with anything.
Say you're a woman, you need to buy toiletries, you menstruate, you need to buy stuff for you. How much is that for a month?
What about food?
What about food? What is 350 gonna do?
It's
That's
for
why.
one day.
That's why people steal and
Come up with all these
resort to all of
scams.
these things because they need to put a plate of food on the table.
It's really hard out there.
So I don't. Obviously, stealing is not
Yeah, we're
right.
not promoting it.
But under the circumstances in which the government puts people in,
We are left with no choice.
exactly, we're still grateful that we have a parent working in the house.
Right.
What about those people that their
No,
parents don't even have jobs?
no one is working in the family.
Now you must worry about paying water, lights, putting food on the table.
That's all. It's hectic.
It's very difficult. Everybody's situation is
It's not the
It's
same.
not the same. It's very difficult. So that's why the department, the government needs to reevaluate its structures because it's very difficult.
It's difficult. We just hope it gets better over time. We can only hope and pray.
Yeah, we can hope,
We can
We
hope
can
and
hope,
pray.
yeah.
Honestly.
but at the way things are going, I don't know.
Other thing is, you could have all the qualifications, and you won't get the job because you don't know someone in that position, in that company. So I feel like that actually brings down. It demotivates you.
It does.
Because you can have, like I said, all the experience, and then the job is given to someone who knows nothing about it.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's also not about what you know, it's about who you
It's
know.
about who you know and how much you're willing to put down for that.
Exactly.
And people end up doing those things. You can't blame them. People go
Yeah.
and borrow money just so they can get a job. So that's
It's very difficult.
no, it's really difficult. Speaking about it, it's difficult.
Yeah.
We experience it first.
Exactly. Yeah.
That you could apply for jobs every single day.
day.
You end up asking
Oh no,
yourself,
we
"What's that
get
this?"
job interviews but scammers.
Scammers. You know, I noticed another scam is if they say an interviews at 7:30 in the morning.
Shoot.
I remember Hans applied for a job, and it was to be an airplane cleaner.
Yeah.
Near Kempton Park. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my god,
You're
I'm
work?
gonna get the
Yeah,
job
yeah.
because I remember my dream was to be a pilot.
Yeah.
And what happened was the first red flag should have been that the job interviews at 7:30 a.m. Our job interview is supposed to be about
after 9.
exactly, and I had to take a 250 for my uniform. So I get onto the taxi, and for some reason, I was delayed.
Yeah.
I'm never delayed for job interviews. I was delayed. I left home at around 8 o'clock.
Sure.
I don't know what happened. I had to catch a taxi to
God's
Joburg.
timing, eh?
I'm telling you, I caught a taxi to Joburg and from Joburg to Kempton Park.
Yeah.
When I got there, I was told that the office is somewhere opposite the Civic Center.
Okay.
So that road was quiet for, I don't know why, but it was quiet.
Yeah.
And then
Obviously,
after
7 o'clock in the morning.
No, that was now after 8 because remember I left home at 8.
Okay.
And then that road was so quiet. This lady appears out of nowhere, just walking in front of me.
Mm.
And something just told me, to talk to her.
Mm.
So I spoke to her and I told her, I have a job interview. I was supposed to be there at 7:30. And I was told to take 250 rand for my uniform. She looked at me and she's like, you're not supposed to pay for your uniform. They're supposed to give it to you.
Yeah.
And as we approached Civic Center, she's like, you know what? Phone this person. I bet you it's a Nigerian man. She's like, phone this person. So I phoned, and for real, a Nigerian man answered. And I was like, this is the extent that people actually go to. I would have never
You would have been
guessed.
trafficked.
I could have been trafficked. Anything could have happened.
I thought it was at Angel.
Honestly speaking.
And sometimes you fight with yourself. No, I'm delayed. I need to go now. And you
Exactly.
rush it. What is stopping you from
God
what?
is stopping.
What is
And I think people know how desperate we are.
No, they
It
do
makes
know.
their job easier
Yes.
to get to us.
Because you get so excited now
Right.
getting a job interview. It's in Kempton Park, there's room for growth.
Exactly. Just to fall
Just
into a
to
trap.
yes. I remember my sister also. She had an interview at OR Tambo.
Okay.
And my uncle was working there at the time. He was working at Cape Union Mart. So he said, no, I don't know why my dad just mentioned it to him.
Mm.
He said, no, my daughter has an interview at this time, at this specific airlines. And they told her that she must meet at this specific gate. So he said, no, man, I never heard of that brand before. Before you send her, let me go check.
Right.
He went to go check. Nobody. There was nothing. He says, don't send her here. It's probably a scam. They probably want to traffic her. Just
you
like
see what
that.
people are actually doing now.
And obviously you're going right there to the
When I was
airport.
passing there, I saw planes and all of that, and I'm like, yes, maybe that's the plane I'm gonna flee.
Yeah.
Little did I know it was just a scam that I actually fell for. So
And
desperation.
you're innocent and naive.
Right. You're looking for opportunities. We're grasping at straws.
Exactly. But there's a lot of scammers.
There's
I
a lot
remember
of scammers.
I applied on this one site and I always do research about the company. So I did research about the specific company. It was 2 letters and then after there was marketing, right? That was the name of this place. So I did my research. I say how? No website page, but they have a Facebook page. Okay, let me go into their Facebook page. Okay, they have over 1,000 followers, but the location on this page is showing that they're based in Johannesburg, the
Right.
Ramfontein side, right?
Okay.
But when they're calling me for the interview, they saying I must come to Benoni. So I say no, something's
That's not adding
it's not looking right? So I go into the reviews, and this one girl wrote this in a long review of how they told her to come for the interview at Benoni. It was fine. She went there, and they told her to come the next day. She got the job. After that, they told her to come the next day. They told her to jump into their car and come with, I don't know, it was 200 or 300 rand. She had to come with them, with this money,
Right.
in their car, and they were going to take her to the offices. She said the feeling she got, she just needed to get out. She just needed to
Exactly.
get out. So she called her mother or her father or someone, and she told them, I'm not feeling comfortable. Something doesn't feel right. And they came to come pick her up, and she didn't go with them. She said, who knows what could have happened if I went with them.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's the same thing my mom was actually asking. Who knows what could have happened to you? I think this
It's dangerous.
it's very dangerous.
Because they're playing on your vulnerability.
Exactly.
You are trying to apply for jobs in every single day, endlessly.
And when you get that
One
one
opportunity.
opportunity, it's a scam.
Exactly.
It's a scam.
You can't even get too excited because
No.
it's a scam.
It's a scam. So we just hope that from now on, people are actually wiser. People
Yes.
actually ask other people, do research on the
Yes,
companies,
do
phone the
research.
companies if you
Mm.
have to, because people know how desperate we are for jobs, and we become easy targets.
Yes. That's true.
That's actually true.
That's true. So yeah.
We thank you for watching this episode, and we hope that you're all safe. Like I said, please do your research. Don't just fall for interviews. Think about it. Like, why would I have to go for an interview at 7:30 a.m.?
Yeah.
Why do I have to bring money? Those are the red flags that we
Yes.
tend to ignore
Yes.
because we know how
Or
desperate
wear
we are.
specific color.
Exactly. Why must you wear
Wear
specific
specific
color?
colour.
Because if there's a dress code, maybe casual or smart casual, they don't have to choose a color for
No,
you.
they don't have to tell you wear black and white.
No.
That's a bit suspicious as
They
well.
want you're gonna be like an easy target. They'll be like, oh, he's
Oh,
black and white. She's my person.
That's the one. Yeah,
Right.
even if you try to run away, I
I
know
didn't
what you
realize
mean.
that you were told to wear specific
Yeah,
color.
I seen. One of the interviews also told me to wear a specific color.
Wow. You know, you didn't get the job, so why should you match up with the uniform?
Exactly. It's all of these things you have to take into consideration. Hopefully, things do change and
Well,
more job opportunities become available. But for now, just be aware, be alert. And yes, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Please comment down below. Love to hear feedback, your stories if you had similar situations.
any topic you'd actually like us to touch on.
Yes, more on. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Please subscribe below.
Like, comment, and subscribe.